Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Do allow me to say good evening from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG Repping, bringing you a live match review of Arsenal's game away to West Ham, which finished West Ham United 0, Arsenal 6. Yes, you heard me right. West Ham United 0, Arsenal 6. What a perfect performance. Yes, this is DLG repping, otherwise short for Dele London Gooners. Space Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. Wow. Before I get into it, yeah, just do me a favor and show me love, joy, and respect by smashing the thumbs up like button for me, yeah? Do that in abundance. Make sure you share this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah? And if you're watching me for the first time, yeah, welcome on board. Make sure that you leave your thoughts of the game, your experience of witnessing such a magnificent, perfect performance at the London Stadium. Give me your thoughts of the game, your opinions, your views, etc. Leave it in the comment section below where positive feedback belongs as far as DLG Repping is concerned. So just keep it nice but respectful. And lastly, make sure you subscribe to the channel, yeah? Smash the sub button for me, left, right, and center, gloriously but passionately for me. Speaking of subscribers, we got a new subscriber, yeah? Shout out to yourself, sir, madam, man, woman, lady, gentleman. Welcome on board. You've become a new subscriber, and I'm delighted to announce whoever you are. So shout out to yourself, and thanks for the subscription. So wholly appreciated. This is what happens when you subscribe. I'll shout you out, yeah? So all I'm waiting for is another 749 subscribers. So get subscribing, keep subscribing, and let's get to 1,000 subscribers by God's grace this year. So let's get into the match review. First 20 minutes, it was a bit of chess. Then after the 32nd minute, when we got that goal, my word, the floodgates opened. The set pieces were absolutely on point. The set piece coach has done a magnificent job, especially during the winter break when the Arsenal players had a trip to Dubai. Even though at the time I felt against it because of their poor performances. 1 win in 7. Now it's 4 wins in 4 games. 16 league goals scored, but about 2 goals conceded. I can't complain. We are playing some scintillating football right now. Fluidity, fluidity, fluidity is in full effect. And I'll tell you what, that was the magnificent performance of the season. That's the best first half of this season. Going 4-0 up. Cracking goals by Leandro Trossard in the first half, and Declan Rice, the best goal of the game. Hands out, calming the fans down, and rightfully so, because calming himself down, should I say, and rightfully so, due to the fact that he knew that West Ham gave him his big break as a professional footballer, and he owes West Ham abundantly in that respect. So shout out to Declan Rice. My man of the match for that game. Oh, I'll tell you what, you could pick 4, 6, maybe 7 Arsenal players who were outstanding yesterday afternoon. But wow, second half, total control. The mentality was right, and I don't often praise our mentality at times. I always have to criticize the mentality based on the fact that it's got us into serious trouble, into a predicament that we end up trophyless because our mentality is not right and we don't do well in the bigger games or the games that we should be winning because our mentality at times have not been correct. But my word, shout out to the management, the way he controlled the game. He took off the best players at the right time to give the substitutions a fair crack of the whip. And there is some promise, some potential promise in Ethan Ranieri. Good touches, good traveller with the ball, and he can run at defenders direct. And I do like that, despite the fact that he's only 16 years old. Just let that sink in. 16 years old. There's been some star performers. Leandro Trossard, Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice for me. Absolutely magnificent. Well, without further ado, let's get into the player ratings. In goal, David Raya. He only had to make one save, and that was at the near post. He made another save in the first half. That's through Gerard Bowen, but he was offside. But it's nevertheless a good save. But his opposite number of Aurelio Afonso made a couple of good saves to lower the score from 6-0. Well, to make sure it wasn't more than 6-0. On another day, it could have been 9 or 10-0. That is how ruthless we were in front of goal. But for David Raya, his catching was on point. And I think for that magnificent performance, I'm going to give him, I'll tell you what, I'll give him a 7.5. I thought about an 8, but I'm going to give him a 7.5. No, for the clean sheet, I'll give him an 8. Because it was an outstanding performance. Right back, Benjamin White. Absolutely magnificent. The interchange between him, Saliba, and Bukayo Saka, the fluidity in our attacking play. West Ham really struggled on their left-hand side. The interaction between Ben White, Bukayo Saka, even Saliba at times rotated at right back while Ben White will sit in that centre half where he's known to be a centre half. I thought defensively, well, I don't remember him having to make a tackle. Offensively, he was so involved. Benjamin White, I'm going to give him an 8.5. William Saliba, absolute Rolls Royce. Got up well to score our first goal from a corner. Absolutely towered his way above the West Ham defence. Only Kai Havertz got above him. If you look at the first goal from a corner, only Kai Havertz was going to get there before him. He was the only one that rose above him. But I will say this: he was absolutely tremendous on the ball. We know what he's like. It's very calm in possession. The ball at his feet. I'm going to give him a magnificent 8.5. Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães. Wow, what can I say about him? Won every challenge in the air, won every challenge on the ground. Didn't allow Bowen to have a sniff on goal. And I think that is due to his understanding with William Saliba. I think both of them had a huge say on that. But for me, even with the ball at his feet, he made sure he found a yellow shirt with a forward pass, and I do like his confidence with his passing. 8.5, and his defending. Shout out to the one viewer who's watching me. This is a very pleasant live stream, I can assure you that. Jakub Kuvia, my word. Up against Gerard Bowen, was he? No, up against Kudus. And I'll tell you what, he stood his ground. He stood magnificently well. And I thought, offensively, it's the best I've seen him play. Based on the fact in the second half, I see him travelling with the ball from an offensive point of view. And that's something that I've not seen Kiwior do since he signed for Arsenal and since he's been playing a number of minutes. But give him his flowers. He did his defensive duties correctly. He was in there for a reason, physically um, matching was it Bowen or Kudus in the air? I'm going to give him his flowers. So I'll give him an 8. I think it's his best performance in an Arsenal shirt since he signed for the club. And that's the highest I've ever going to give him, if I'm being honest. Let's go to the midfield. Declan Rice for me, absolutely Rolls Royce. 2 set pieces. I mean, 2 set pieces lead to an assist for William Saliba and Gabriel dos Santos. And his goal was absolutely magnificent. What a strike. What a hit. Curling effort from 20 odd yards out and did not celebrate, and rightfully so, because he's not got the ounce of respect for West Ham, but he owes them a debt of gratitude for giving him his big break in the professional game. They had him from when he was a little boy, and he knows that club means a lot to him, and it's understandable. I rate Declan Rice as my man of the match for me. 10 out of 10. The guy was just everywhere in the midfield. Whenever he received the ball at feet, he's always looking for that forward pass, always looking to start up attacks. And when you've got Odegaard and Leandro Trossard receiving the ball in the form that they were in yesterday, you could see how confident he was. He gets an absolute 10 out of 10. If you disagree with my man of the match, leave it in the comment section below. I'll have a chat with you. The midfielders are alongside him. Let's go to the right-hand side of the midfield. Martin Odegaard, definitely, for me, even when put under the cosh, he showed moments of brilliance in shimmies, good footwork with the ball. I couldn't ask any more of him, and he was definitely involved in our offensive play during this 6 goals that we got. And he obviously teed up Trossard for a magnificent fourth. Unlucky not to score in the day. He would have liked a goal, but the fact that he didn't score, he contributed in other places. I'm going to give him an 8. Kai Havertz, I'll tell you what, he was involved in the set pieces. He looked a threat from corners and from set pieces and crosses. I think he was one of the substitutions that came off. One of the starters that came off for substitution. But one thing I will say with Kai Havertz, very much involved, especially in the second half. I felt that he was a goal threat from crosses, from a crossing or a set piece point of view. He looked a goal threat. I'll give him a 7.5. Kai Havertz. The attack. Gabriel Martinelli on the left. Well, he was at Sulfel at all times, and you noticed he was double up on. But nevertheless, he contributed as best as he could. I felt that he contributed as humanly best that he could. Gave them a different type of threat. Linked up well with Bukayo Saka. Teed up Leandro Trossard for a fine volley, which would have been one of the goals of the weekend. But a great save from Aurelio Afonso, should I say. I'm going to give him a 7. Bukayo Saka, absolutely effective, brilliant. I would have liked to have seen him beat his fullback on the outside and get a crossing, but what he didn't do in that sense, he did it in getting an assist, won the penalty, springing the offside trap, Sulfel making sure he played him on the side, won us a penalty legitimately, stepped up, took the penalty, and he showed great mental strength, because last season he would have missed that, and he did miss a penalty last season. And then he just grew from strength to strength in the game, getting his second goal, and maybe should have stayed on to go and get his hat trick, his first ever Arsenal hat trick. But not that being said, I'm going to give our star boy a 9. In the middle, Leandro Trossard. What a magnificent goal, fourth goal that put us 4-0 up before half time, where the West Ham fans were exiting in their thousands. But that being said, always look to threat, always looking to run at West Ham defenders directly, and I thought he'd done that magnificently well. I'm going to give him an 8.5 for his contribution towards the game. Right, that's the starting 11 rated. If you agree with my ratings, then leave it in the comments. If you agree or not with my ratings, you know where my comment section is. Right, the substitutions, Eddie Nketiah. All he ever done is come on and just foul. Yes, he had an opportunity. He had an effort on goal, which was saved by Aurelio Alfonso. Otherwise, we're looking at 9 and 10 nils. That would have been hugely embarrassing. Is it any wonder that there was more empty seats than there were West Ham fans around the stadium? That being said, he put himself about, but committing about 3 or 4 fouls before his effort on target. Standard 5. Reiss Nelson, didn't get much of the ball with 5 minutes to go. Didn't see much of him. I'm going to give him a standard 5 just. Who was the other substitution? Oh, come on. Oh, Mohamed Elneny for Declan Rice. He come on, recycle the ball as well as he does. He had 2 efforts on goal, which were off target. Puts himself about. I'm going to give him a 6 for his effort. No one in the defensive line. No one as such in the midfield. If you can remember anyone else that came on other than Elneny and Nketiah and Reiss Nelson, leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to know. Let's go to Mikel Arteta. Absolutely got it spot on. Absolutely perfectionist. I mean, if that was Pep Guardiola, we'll be calling him the perfectionist. But Arteta got it completely perfect. He got it perfectly right yesterday. The timing of the substitutions, the team that he picked, the fluidity. He absolutely pulled out a masterclass and tactically outdone David Moyes. And I mean, tactically outdone him. You could see the players responded equally well in the second half, and that's due to his words of wisdom and instructions they followed, and obviously they responded to him. I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. The referee, not many. There were some naughty challenges he allowed West Ham players to get away with, especially at the fact that there was 4, 5, 6-0 down. There was some naughty challenges that were going off, and maybe he could have booked a few more players for late challenges. I suppose Arsenal players were booked in that game, but I suppose it got a little bit nasty towards the business end of the game. I'm going to give him a 6, the referee. The Arsenal fans in their full voices, 10 out of 10. Absolutely magnificent. Their support, they've travelled in their numbers. They were fully heard before the whistle kicked off the first half. They were in their full voices, and the players robbed off it. The players obviously were inspired by the vocalness of the Arsenal fans. I'm going to give the Arsenal fans a 10 out of 10. Magnificent. Well, what a pleasure it is to do this live stream. It's probably the best live stream I'll do this season. So thank you to the ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and saving them best to last. Thank you so much for putting up with me. So do look after your friends, do look after your families, make sure you look after yourselves. More peace, more love, more blessings again. Um, as your host, your guy himself, do remember DLG repping. We're gonna chat again, yeah. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you do all of that for me, yeah. It helps the channel grow. And another thing, yeah, please just be nice. And I do mean be nice. Cheers.